Welcome back to Dead Good Book Reviews. I'm Judith and you're watching another reading vlog. Week 4. How we all doing? I'm doing okay. I watched back last week's vlog after having edited it and uploaded it and taken a couple of days just chilling. And it was a little bit chaotic, so if that's the upward trajectory, I'm here for it. We can have more chaos in our lives. What are the goals for improving vlogs this week? Touch hair less. Look in camera lens, not viewfinder, more. Other than that, just keep talking about books, keep finishing Skirt. I had a really chilled weekend at the end. I didn't film anything and it was really nice. I liked not having anything that I had to kind of like think about editing and stuff. I've still got to edit my haul, but I can do that in the next couple of days and have that up as kind of a bonus at some point. Let's move on to reading. I had a really good reading weekend. I only finished one book, but it was The Wise Man's Fear. Yes, I ended up sitting down for a lot of Saturday and most of Sunday just reading through Wise Man's Fear. It's almost 1,000 pages, so I'm really chuffed. What to say on this one? I enjoy it overall. The overall reading experience is really good, but I don't know if I could tell you that I like hardcore die for this series. Hardcore die for? I think in part that's because this book does a really good job of just really annoying me. The main character, whose name I still can't pronounce because I've never heard it said, I've only seen it written down and I'm not going to try now, continually does not have enough money to do the things that he needs to do, like attend the university he wants to attend. But yeah, he continues to spend money on stupid things and it just bothers me and my need to control other people's like finances. So when that stops being a problem, I really enjoyed this book. A lot of fae in it, which isn't really my thing, but they aren't characters really, in the sense that they don't interact with the story apart from a few key moments. It's more about the fae as kind of story characters. I don't, as in characters within stories within the story. Anyway, I'll stop blithering because it's Monday morning and I will just go a bit weird. We'll talk about this in my wrap-up in like 3 weeks. But yes, it's done, it's finished. Next big book to tackle is Order of the Phoenix. Still in the same place with And Then Came the Flood and The City We Became, but hoping to get to those kind of as soon as possible, really. Not much more to add. Continue to really want to buy that bookcase. I can't quite decide, so I'm just putting it off for as long as I can. I also did no more work on the skirt, so I have nothing more to update you on, so I can go. Have a lovely morning. In frame. It's Monday evening. I did a tiny weeny bit of reading today. I did about another kind of 10% of The City We Became, and I am enjoying it so far. I can't even find the words to describe it at the moment, so I will ponder on that more, and a bit more poetry, blah 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 blah. And I've written my review for Bookish and the Beast, and that's basically all I've done today that hasn't been boring work time, and I'm gonna spend the evening with my mum. So I'm gonna sign off for today. Good morning. I still not moved my camera from the floor because I don't want to, so happy Tuesday. Meant to finish City We Became yesterday, that was kind of my plan, and then I ended up having the evening with my mum instead, as you will have heard yesterday, which was really nice. Glad I did it, had a nice time. And then this morning when I woke up, I got up a bit earlier and I was like, okay great, I'll finish it now. And then I thought about it, I was like, actually I don't want to do that either. It's not that I'm not enjoying the book, I just wasn't in the mood. Instead, I decided to listen to a bit of my audiobook while I finished hemming the skirt. It's hung up here. It's kind of there, it's a little bit lumpy. It definitely needs top stitching, so I'm going to probably do that next, and it's just going to be the skirt that takes 1,000 years. I am on chapter 3, apparently, of Robin Hobb's Dragon Keeper. I have 13 hours and 44 minutes left, which, given that it was 16 hours and something this morning, not knocking it. That's not to say I've sat here for 4 hours. That's bad maths. 3 hours. Something like that. I listen to it very fast because if I've not got anything else on and I'm just focused on stitching, it'll fly by. I'm enjoying it. It's still very much in the setting things up phase. That lasts quite a while whenever you're starting a new series or a new kind of set of characters, so not too bothered about that. 20% through City We Became, still going well. Still reading And Then Came the Flood. Not much else to update you on, to be honest. Although I have a free evening tonight, so hopefully by the end of today I'll have finished a book again. To work. It's Wednesday. I had another insomnia-struck night last night, which is a real bummer, and they've been fairly frequent, and I'm pretty sure it's just my brain doesn't know what to do with zero stimulation or something. But I did use that time to finish City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. It was superb. It was absolutely fantastic. The writing is gorgeous. The setting is fascinating. It started off, I felt like, oh no, is this going to be a bit... preachy's the wrong word, but I think you probably know what I mean. But actually, it's a fantastic book that's also got quite a lot of social commentary in it. So what I thought it was going to be is some kind of like, these are the 5 personalities of New York, and here's a bunch of conversations they might have, you know, and broadly speaking that would be it, and there'd be like a bit of a plot. But actually it's more about how cities develop. It's so much more sci-fi than I thought it was going to be. It had real grounded metaphysic behind it. It had huge amounts of plot. It was very plot driven, which in a book that's about these kind of 5 characters was really interesting. I just thought it was beautiful. It's probably my favourite N.K. Jemisin book I've ever read, and I'm building up quite the backlist of hers, so there you go. I need to ramp up the reading a bit. It's been a bit slow, so I'm starting The Mermaid, the Witch and the Sea, which is like the gay pirate one, I think, so I'm quite excited to read that. It's not meant to be very long. I don't think it's going to take a huge amount of time, so hopefully I can finish that today. The other thing I thought we'd do on the vlog, I was going to do a whole video of it, but then I had a sneak peek and I was like, oh no, this isn't going to work for me. I had a kind of sneak peek at this and went, oh, I haven't heard of most of those, so I can't make a whole video of it. And what I'm talking about is the Hugo Award nominations. I think this is these are the finalists. So I thought I'd do a quick flick through and point out any that I know. For Best Novel, I've read The City in the Middle of the Night, I've read Gideon the Ninth, I have a whole reading blog for that. I've read A Memory Called Empire, I wasn't a huge fan, and I have read The 10,000 Doors of January. So that's pretty good going. The only ones I haven't read are The Light Brigade, which I think Justine has just finished, so maybe when quarantine is lifted I will borrow that from her. And Middle Game by Shannon Maguire I haven't read yet. Of the novellas, the only ones I have read are In an Absent Dream by Shannon Maguire again, and To Be Taught If Fortunate, I can't say that, To Be Taught If Fortunate by Becky Chambers. All the others, I do not know them, but we don't really get novellas in the UK that often, so not too surprised. I'm not even going to try with novelettes, I haven't had those. Nor the short stories. Best series, here we go. Nope. Emma Newman's Planetfall series, I've read the first one of, and I was like, oh, this is a bit weird for me, but I hadn't read much sci-fi at that point, so I think going back I'd probably have a better time with it, and I know the other books in that series are meant to be amazing. The Winter Night trilogy by Catherine Arden, which is one of my favourites. I don't think it will win, because I don't think it's Hugo-y enough, but it is very good, and I've never heard of that last one. I've not read any of the related works. The graphic novels, the only one I've heard of 2 of them. I've heard of The Wicked and the Divine, but I haven't read any of it. And Monstrous, I've read the first 3 when I was staying at a friend's house. Monstrous has some of the most beautiful art I've ever seen. The story was a little bit over my head. I don't really care about all of the stuff that isn't book related, so I'm going to skip over that. I always feel like with the editors and the artist ones, I want just like a little clip of what they did so I know, because I'm the terrible kind of person who doesn't pay any attention to that. Here we go. Here's Best YA. Of those, I have read Deep Light, I adored, by Frances Harding. They've just... maybe not just released it, but I've been getting Instagram adverts for the paperback of it, and the cover is beautiful on the paperback. And The Wicked King by Holly Black. Have I read The Wicked King? Is that the second one? Yeah, because the third one was... no. I can't remember. Anyway, the Holly Black books that everyone loves that I don't. Best New Writer, Sam Hawke. I have read one of their books. R.F. Kuang, of course. Jen Lyons, I have read some of. So the only 2 on here that I haven't, because I've read Tasha Suri, are Nivedita Sen. I'm going to have to look up. And Emily Tesh. Let's see. Oh, I have not read any of these books. Oh, Silver in the Wood I have read. I liked it enough. And I was thinking about reading Drowned Country. So there you go. That is these are the ones of the Hugos that I've actually read this year. What I will say that's fairly interesting, maybe, I don't know, interesting to me, is that that's the first year where I feel like I've read most of them and where I've heard of a lot more of them than I normally have. So that's pretty good. And I think that's because this time last year I was still basically just reading YA. I hadn't really gone into adult fantasy yet, and this year I have, and that's exciting. Maybe next year I'll have read all of them. Maybe next year I'll have joined up and voted. I don't know. I'm gonna get on and do a bit of reading, either this or my audiobook, which I should probably update you on. This is just a bit of a blithery segment, I'm sorry. That's what you get on a Wednesday morning. I have 10 hours and 12 minutes left of Dragon Keeper, so there you go. I will update you on all of this much later. Bye! Happy Thursday! I haven't been checking in the evenings, I know this. I debated yesterday hanging up the vlog completely and not worrying about it, and then I thought, no, let's film every day, because I did, you know, the Hugo's check-in yesterday. There's enough content, it's fine. And if it pulls together into something wonderful, then it pulls together into something wonderful. I mean, yes, it is Thursday. I've just had a difficult week this week. There's been a lot of work stuff going on, which I think a lot of people can probably relate to. Hopefully all of that should be, if not resolved, then kind of decided upon today, so that should be a good step in the right direction. And then obviously in the UK we have Friday to Monday off because of Easter weekend, so that'll be very nice. The benefits of insomnia: I finished The Mermaid, the Witch and the Sea. Yes, I keep getting them in the wrong order. I finished that by Maggie Takuda Hall. I thought it was okay. It did a similar thing to not Once and Future, Sword in the Stone from the other week. No, Sword in the Stars from the other week, in that it was really good, and I was like, yes, this is queer and it's wonderful. What a great exploration of gender identity, and like, oh, how interesting, and a nice, you know, romance and all of this stuff, and oh, a cool magic system, that's really interesting. Oh, it's story-based, that's my favourite thing ever. And then it was done, and I was like, I blinked and completely missed that. Where did that book go? I'm not in like a, I read it so fast that it was gone way, but more in a, where was the substance of this? Where was the meat? And I think the issue is that Evelyn, I think it's Evelyn? Yeah. So Evelyn, who is the one of the POV characters, is a lady, effectively she's being sold off in marriage, and that's kind of her plot line, and they get kidnapped by the pirates, one of whom is Flora Florian, and then just suddenly she's where she kind of needed to be, and I was like, how did you end up here? Why are you in this? It was just, maybe I wasn't quite ready to suspend belief enough for this book. The actual world building I thought was really good, and the characters were really good. The romance was really good. Just the actual plot for the book I wasn't completely sold on. What I will say is this book went to some darker places than I was expecting it to. It involves some torture, which YA pirate fantasy stuff tends to, but it was a bit intense. Tread lightly if you're sensitive to that kind of thing. I'm going to start Girl, Serpent, Thorn by Melissa Bashar-Doost. That's my next read. As I say, working through my NetGalley copies first. Audiobook update. I have 8.5 hours left on Dragon Keeper. I'm gonna get on. It's gonna be a difficult day again today, I think, just because that's what life is currently. Last day of work. Tomorrow is a whole new day where I don't have to do anything, and yeah, I'll see you then. Hello, happy Friday. It is Good Friday here in the UK, which means we get the day off, which is nice. It's a 4-day weekend. Normally I probably would have filmed a reading vlog for the weekend, but since this is the reading vlog, things to update you on. 1. A very new special addition to the family. This is my new snake plant. He is called Sahis, and I love him, and I'm terrified that I'm going to kill him. I'm very excited to keep him alive. I will be updating you on him periodically. That's my non-bookish update. Oh, 2 non-bookish updates. I have finished top stitching the hem on the skirt, which means the next thing to do is the embroidery, because I don't have fastenings here. Just don't think I have any in my sewing stash. So without cannibalising another garment, that's what we've got for now. Reading update. I don't know why I'm looking around me, it doesn't exist. I finished Girl, Serpent and Thorn, or Girl, Serpent, Thorn by Melissa Bashar-Doost last night. I'll put that cover on the screen so you know what I'm talking about. I thought this was okay. It's been kind of a week of sort of, this was technically fine, but went way too fast-paced. It's a YA original fairy tale with a lot of its inspirations drawing from the author's Persian culture, which I thought was interesting. There's quite a lot of info at the back where she talks about all the different influences she's pulled from, which is always interesting. I wish more books kept in the like inspiration section. Yeah, I just thought that the beginning moved too quickly. By the end I was like, okay, I'm fully sold on this. This is a good fun time. It kind of reminded me, in a weird way, and in one of those just, I can't pin down why, but it kind of reminded me of Daughter of Smoke and Bone. The kind of later portions, like the third one. What's the third one called? It kind of reminded me of Dreams of Gods and Monsters. It's not, but there was an essence of that there, I guess. It has a queer romance in it, which I wasn't expecting but probably did know about and had just forgotten. It has some good, I am but a princess locked up in my tower, joke's on you, I've got loads of knives. That's not what happens because that would be a spoiler, but that's like the feeling. Next up is The Skyweaver by Kristen Ciccarelli? Not sure. I don't know if I'm going to finish that today, but I would really like to, because then I'm like on a book a day streak, and I basically just want to get these review copies out of the way because I want to read down the pile of like big chunky books where it's just more of a visual this is what I've read, whereas digital you just feel like, well, that's ticked off a list somewhere in the ether. But the other thing that I need to do this weekend is film maybe a book review. I don't quite know, which is why I kind of need a bit of time to think about it, but I'd love to have a video in the bank, which I've just never had. And I also need to edit my haul still because I just haven't had time, and I need to get a kickstart at editing this vlog. So it's going to be a bit of a read for a bit, edit for a bit, do something else for a bit kind of a day. I'm going to get on, I'm going to have a nice day. I hope you're all having a good day too. This is the vlog where I just didn't move the camera all week, and I'm kind of fine with it. Hello, happy Saturday. Welcome to the final check-in for this week's vlog. I had a pretty good week reading-wise. It's been an ups and downs week for other things, but reading it's been good. I managed to film yesterday. I bugged up my ideas. I was like, right, no, we've got to film something. So Animorph 7 will be coming tomorrow, assuming I can get this vlog up for Sunday, so that'd be good. And then next week is a new week. I haven't quite decided what I want to do, but basically today's going to be a bit of an editing marathon, which is why I'm closing the vlog out now, and it's also why I come to you in full comfy attire. I finished 3 books this week. I haven't finished Skyweaver yet, but I've made really good progress on Skyweaver. I've read 3 books this week, but I've made really good progress on Skyweaver, my Lacey Wrote poetry book, and Dragon Keeper. So 3 and a bit, 3.5 books this week, which is fine. We've finished City We Became, which I really enjoyed. I finished Girl Serpent Thorn, which I was kind of meh on, but it was alright. And I finished Mermaid Witch in the Sea, which was one of those, I really love this idea, but this book didn't quite pull it off for me. So a mixed bag. Skyweaver so far I'm not completely obsessed with. I think that it's interesting trying to write 3 books from 3 different perspectives that are completely different books, but I'm not sure it's working. And I loved The Last Namsara so much. This is just a cacophony of disappointments. I'm going to say goodbye. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I know it's been a bit of a weird one with just morning check-ins and not a huge amount else to say, but hey, we looked at the Hugo nominations, so there was still content. Let me know how your week was in the comments below. Let me know what you're up to in the bank holiday weekend. That would be lovely to know as well. You can also subscribe. You can follow me on all of my socials that are linked below. That's all from me, and I will see you in the next one.